fun for words and shit.
Jesus. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Smark Guys, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special episode because for the very first time in like 4 years that John and I have been doing the show, we have a special guest with us today. Drew.
Oh,
my long time. What? A longtime friend. I've known him since before high school, man.
Damn.
You know, growing up in arcades, in the local area.
You guys went to Nam together and all that?
Yes.
Wow.
Survived many world wars. We survived the Mayan apocalypse.
We were laughing at the intro. I think it's from the 4 years ago.
That is the original intro. We never updated the intro of the show. Yeah. So Drew is as big of a fan of pro wrestling as John and I are. And,
not as big as me.
Well, But, yeah, so today we're going to have kind of like the same style of show, but Drew will be, weighing in on everything that's been going on.
Just a little 2 cents, that's all.
And it's been a good week because this week almost nothing going on mainstream TV, but we had NXT Takedown, which we'll actually be going through the results of because I watched it, and Drew saw most of it as well on the WWE Network. Various things with this, Impact Wrestling, etc., etc.
You like that, Impact Wrestling?
I love...
You like Volva Sky, I know that.
I love her. No,
she's from the area, did you know that?
Yeah.
She's in Waterbury.
They've got some really good talent on that show. Just some of the stuff is just...
awful writing.
I'm just going to say that they're doing the best they can to work with what they got. That's what I'm going to say.
Well.
Because they... hey.
Yeah, the mental patients that run the company are doing the best they can.
No, the worker. I'm talking about the worker.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we usually
it's funny, we never fault the wrestlers. We always fault the bad writing.
Yeah. We really can't.
And the shit that they
do
with
can't.
them. Yeah. So, I guess this week what we'll do, let's start off talking about the mainstream shows, which honestly, there's not a lot to talk about. This was the lead-in this week to the Payback pay-per-view. Which is this Sunday, incidentally. Which you might say, why the hell is there a pay-per-view not even a month away from the last one? Well, it's because WWE's trying to cram shit in with a shoehorn and try to get you to buy as much as possible, even though the bottom line is no one's buying the pay-per-views anymore.
Do you have the network, Drew?
Yeah, of course I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, shit. You like it?
I like it. I use it. I use it frequently. Not as much
good.
as I would want to, but yeah, frequently. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting because I think now that the network is live, that more people will actually see the pay-per-views than before. You know what I mean? Because people weren't buying them to begin with. But that doesn't mean, I guess WWE figures we don't have to make good ones. I don't know if that, like this one coming up, we're going to talk about it, is just like abysmal, so thrown together, like last minute. They announced matches like on SmackDown that this would be on the pay-per-view. You're like, what? Like, huh? I don't know. So anyway, let's get into Raw this week, which opened up with the Authority firing Brad Maddox, which I thought was funny because half the time I don't remember that Brad Maddox is still hired by WWE anyway.
Yeah, why was he even still in that position when you had the Authority for like as long as they've had? Why did you need Brad Maddox anyway?
I totally forgot about that guy until they showed him on TV.
Yeah, what did he do?
They said that he was locked in the bathroom or a room, and that they threatened to take over or something like that. And
the
Shield locked him in the bathroom.
They locked him or beat him up, something like that.
The Shield clogged the toilets, flushed repeatedly, and locked him in the bathroom.
They took a massive dump in the toilets, clogged it, and locked him in there.
So Brad Maddox is no longer the GM of Raw, although he never really did anything anyway.
Why was Brad Maddox ever a part of the company in the first place? Why was he ever even on the show?
They let him wrestle like twice ever.
I guess it's better than the anonymous GM, Hornswoggle. It's better than that, I guess.
I don't know, really odd, right?
They could at least gave him some matches to get him over to be at least a GM manager.
They didn't care.
Give him some...
Well, even though he was there.
Yeah, didn't care.
Well, he's a wrestler.
Yeah, but he never did it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should have given him a little something to work with.
All right, I see what you're saying here.
That's all.
All right, so
give him a little more. Give him a little more love.
The first actual match of the night was Cesaro against Rob Van Dam, and what a clusterfuck this was, because you have like every possible person who could like interfere. You know what I mean? So Sheamus is feuding with Cesaro. RVD is feuding with Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett. So they're all like there interfering with each other.
Like the whole mid card's like combined into one match.
Yeah, exactly. Every mid-card wrestler is there.
You don't want to give these guys time on their own.
Distracting each other.
Combine all the segments into one.
So
they all come out.
It turns out Cesaro wins, but Cesaro only wins because there's so much distraction going on. You can't even like keep track of the match or what's happening. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of funny because the program with RVD is that Bad News Barrett is basically saying you're like a washed-up has-been. But it's funny because it's kind of true. Like they only bring them in. They bring them in once a year, right, to do these filler programs. They don't give him anything good to do really anymore. And then he's gone. You know, in a couple months he'll probably be gone again.
Yeah, like another month.
Once Barrett gets his push, which is fine. I mean, Barrett should get a push, but you know, RVD gets squandered like every year. You know, here's a guy who people say he's like immortal. You know what I mean? He looks the same as he did 20 years ago. He can still do the shit he did 20 years ago. They don't give him like a run now.
Yeah, they don't
trust
him.
It
just shows like the bias of the company. Like certain guys are gods when they come back, and other guys are just like another guy. So
yeah,
you know, certain guys like Batista, for instance.
Ugh.
Oh, God has returned to us. Jesus is here. But I was like,
win the Rumble.
Here's RVD. Like Jericho kind of gets that too. Oh, here's Jericho. He's here, and RVD's here. But other people, oh my God, look, they're back. It's usually those are the more talented guys too.
They do more work, right? They could do more than the guys who they try to push.
Yep.
But it's like they weren't part of the good old boys club, so they didn't get the rub, you know, when they get re-signed or whatever. Yep. So this is leading into there's going to be Cesaro versus Sheamus for the U.S. title at Payback this Sunday, and there's going to be Rob Van Dam versus Bad News Barrett for the Intercontinental title this Sunday, and this was the way, I guess, to promote it, even though I don't know. Oh my God!
What is this?
You see what he's gonna say?
Well, we said this last week.
Sometimes he looks at stuff, he's just like, he doesn't want to talk about it.
I seriously, we said this last week. So what WWE is doing, we know that they're filming Total Divas. You know, they've been filming it as like a side project. The thing is, they film it months ahead of time, and so they're doing matches now every week with the Divas. And you don't know what the fuck the match is.
Have you seen it? Did you watch it or what?
No, I maybe saw 5 minutes of a scene.
No, I've
seen 5 minutes of a scene with John Cena with what's her face in his
Bella.
Yeah, in the bus.
They were making out or what?
And I don't remember. They were talking about he looked like he was.
You see the episode where they had sex?
No.
On the show.
Oh,
that was the whole episode. There was a half-hour sex.
It?
Yeah,
it was great.
That's so funny.
Yeah, full nudity.
That's funny.
That's what the network does.
No,
but yeah,
that would sell the network.
Well, it would, but you know.
That would sell it.
But it's weird because so here's the match: Eva Marie versus Summer Rae. Why do they have a rivalry? What's going on? We don't know, and we won't know for like 3 months until Total Divas, airs the behind the scenes shit. So it's kind of like a whole wasted segment because you don't know what's the story of this. They don't explain it. They don't even explain it on TV. It's just they're wrestling. Okay, delightful. So they have this match. Eva Marie ends up winning.
Eva Marie was terrible and shouldn't really be there.
Right.
She is because she's.
Just because they wanted another face for Total Divas.
Looking at it.
Nah, she's weird. There's something off about her.
There's something off about her.
There is. There's something off about her. I don't know if it's the hair or whatever, but.
Weird. You hung out with her before. What do you think about her?
You used to date her, right? Yeah.
What do you have to say about her? How many stars?
How many stars? Okay. On that note, El Torito. We're on to the good stuff now. Yeah. El Torito defeats Drew McIntyre, and after the match, Hornswoggle rips his tail off.
Yeah, why would somebody want to spend another $60 to get more content like this?
Well, admittedly, that's the pre-show match is going to be...
Again, though.
Well...
We talked about last time how it was offensive as hell to have the friggin' little people.
Did you...
the little Michael Cole.
The midget announcers.
That was funny though.
No, it's offensive, Drew.
Did you see the slow-mo package they put together of
No.
Torito and
God.
Hornswoggle?
No.
Where they had them running at each other head on, and it was like slow-mo, like it was really dramatic.
Oh my
it was
God.
the funniest thing ever.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So what happened? He got his tail ripped off? What happened?
Yeah. Freaking Hornswoggle rips off his tail. So this is the rivalry continues. They're gonna have a match. The pre-show on Payback. Who gives a shit? It's a waste of time. Bray Wyatt cuts another promo, and now they're kind of really going over the top with Bray at this point, where basically he says that he is the necessary evil, and
he was God.
He brings Jerry Lawler into the ring. They attack JBL.
What?
Really? Oh yeah, you didn't know this?
Wow.
Yeah, so they want to bring Jerry Lawler into the ring because they're like, you're friends with Cena. I'm like, huh?
He is.
I guess he is.
Yeah,
now, according to this plot line, he is.
30 years older than he is, and you guys are best friends.
So as they're trying to do this, like JBL gets up, like to try to defend the King, and they give him a fucking giant clothesline. He takes a bump, and so for like half the night he sells that he took this bump.
Is it ever good when the commentators get involved in
No.
things? Has it ever been good ever?
Never.
Drew, anything else about that? When Lawler fought Bret Hart in like 1993.
That was awesome.
And the Kiss My Foot match.
Dude,
see
Jerry
that?
Lawler, he sold the idea of not washing his foot for like,
Oh,
They did
I
this
don't know
thing
how
where,
long. He was in a
yeah.
horse stable barefoot walking around. Talking about he's going to have Bret Hart
It was a
suck
kiss
his
my
toe.
foot match. So the loser had to kiss the other person's foot. So Lawler was doing this whole thing where he would walk around barefoot.
Ugh.
Yeah, he was walking in horses' stalls.
It was the
And his
greatest
foot was like
ever.
fucking green and shit. That was a little ridiculous.
That was
So,
awesome, though.
so yes, the Wyatts look like they're going to attack Jerry Lawler. Of course, John Cena comes out to the rescue. Then they get the best of Cena, you know. But then the Usos come out and make the save.
Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious with this match with John Cena and the Wyatts that something's going to happen because it's a false count, not false count anymore. I'm sorry, a last man standing match at Payback. It's obvious the Usos are going to get involved, right? They're going to show up. They're going to attack the Wyatts.
Or you get the match during the match.
Yeah, of course. It's no DQ. It's Yeah,
it's probably gonna go till SummerSlam, right?
Yeah,
You had to guess?
I mean, I don't want it to, but it probably will, knowing them. I mean, it's such a bad angle at this point. It was good, like I said, a month ago it was great, but then it's like beating the dead horse to the point where it's a pound of mush. Like, can you just fucking stop this? Can you just do something else with these guys? It's the same fucking program.
Cena was like the worst guy to put him with. It's really sad to say, but because he laughs everything off.
Right.
And he's always got to win in the end, so it just. And they can never put him in a position of peril where you're like, oh shit, Cena might lose here.
Right, he might seriously
So
lose
it's
this
just
match.
like Bray cutting these promos that are really good, but then in the back of your head you're just like, yeah, but you're not gonna win.
Right, Cena will win anyway.
It's true.
You're not gonna hurt him, or this isn't really gonna matter. So it's.
Do you think Cena got him over as a heel? Do you think he's over on his own?
He's over on his own. He didn't need the.
Right.
He didn't need Cena, right?
He could have wrestled anyone, I think, you know. It was cool at first because you thought something was going to happen, and now that it's been drawn out so long, it's like...
Some guys don't need that because if the character and the promo and the ring work like all comes together, they're fine. You just gotta make them look strong.
I love together. I love them. I love them together.
Yeah, people like the group.
All right, the next match was Rusev against Zack Ryder. Gee, I wonder who's going to win this one. Good old Zack does the freaking job. You know, comes out with the American flag. As soon as you see someone come out with the American flag, you know, unless it's Jim Duggan, you know, it's gonna happen. And yes, it happens. You know, he gets completely destroyed by Rusev. Oddly enough, there's a match with Rusev at the pay-per-view, but we'll talk about that when we talk about SmackDown because it got added like last minute.
I love when Lana comes out, when she walks out and she turns around. Oh, dude.
Okay.
I gotta throw that out there. Hey, dude.
I bet you like Velvet Sky, man. You gotta pick one.
Come on, man.
Hey,
You can't be cheating like that.
Hey.
All right.
Randy Orton and Batista have a tag match against Cody Rhodes and Goldust, which is kind of funny because remember when Cody Rhodes and Goldust were like the biggest thing, and now they kind of like dropped them for months. They haven't even
Yeah,
been
we
doing
talked
anything.
about that. The squattered that whole thing.
So,
Yeah.
you know, so Orton and Batista end up going over, and then they announce, oh, well, guess what? We changed our minds. This is an elimination match. Now it's going to be Goldust against the two of them handicapped. So, you know, they beat the living shit out of them. And now it's like,
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They do multiple finishers.
Is he gone now?
They're destroying him. I don't know. Like, it didn't make any sense what they were doing. I don't know why they would destroy Goldust like that. Unless maybe he is gone. Maybe his contract's up, and so they're trying to dump him or something. I don't know.
Beat the shit out of him.
They did beat the shit out of him. That's the whole fucking point of the segment. Was to beat the shit out of
Beat
Goldust.
the shit out of Goldust.
This poor guy, who, you know, came back, does amazing shit
Yeah,
in
he
the
was doing
ring.
great
Just
matches.
bury him.
Did a good match with Orton.
Bury him.
Did you see him do the Canadian Destroyer?
Goldust did it?
Dude, he did a Canadian Destroyer on was this like a month ago?
What was this, like 1995 or
No,
something?
no, dude. He did this like in the past.
The
2-3
natural
months.
Dustin Rhodes did this?
This is
Goldust did
Goldust. Dude,
Really?
He's doing Frankensteiners and
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he does
dude,
great
I
shit. He's
swear,
good.
All right,
watch it.
he's
dude,
good.
watch it.
Okay.
He could still go.
Opening my eyes here.
Bo Dallas
Yep.
making his Raw debut. Has another match against Sin Cara. He just had one on SmackDown. Now he has the same match again on Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the angle that Bo Dallas has. It's cheesy, but it's funny too. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know how this is going to go anywhere. That's what I see in my mind. How could this angle go anywhere with like a title picture? You know what I mean?
The a lot of the characters that are coming up from NXT lately are very like over the top.
Yeah.
And for a while you're like, oh, this is interesting, but it seems like things that aren't going to sustain themselves.
Right? How could it be a long-term angle?
Like Adam Rose, like it's all Fandango. Like Fandango was kind of like the first. Adam Rose, like that's gonna get old, and then like Bo is funny as hell, but 6 months into this, where he's doing the same thing,
Right.
you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta watch this.
And the angle only kind of works if he wins. When he starts losing, the angle's like stupid, right?
Yeah, he's just he's just gonna just be like a, what do you call it when they come off as a face but they're really a heel, you know? Like he's really a heel, you know? But you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah.
He's like the Simon Dean-esque kind of
And that's a great character, like the heel that thinks he's the face.
Exactly.
That's an awesome character, but
that's what he's trying
it's
to
almost
come
like
off
too
as.
much of it.
Right.
So much. And
It's
then
so much.
After a while, you're just like,
I can see, like I said, I can see in 2 months he has a win streak, and then he finally has like a title match, and he loses, and then the whole character's worthless.
Then he'll go insane and be more like
right. He'll go
dude.
traditional heel again. Right.
I don't know.
So I don't know, but it was good to see him on Raw. Let's see what they do with him. You know, he was at the top of NXT for a while there, so hopefully.
I'd like to see like a real serious dude come up from like and be like, oh, here's here's like a little serious character that's not like a little over the top thing.
Right. All right, so now let's talk about this. This is pretty much the biggest news of the week, actually, out of WWE, is that, Daniel Bryan is going to have to surrender the WWE World Heavyweight title because his surgery went through, but apparently he
might not, though. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know if he will or not.
We don't know what the real case is. Is his neck as bad as they're saying on TV, or is it all,
Or
is it a work where, it's not as bad, and, he's just saying that? Because he comes out and it acts like he's going to relinquish the title. Then he says he refuses to because it would be basically kind of giving into what the McMahons want. And, again, like you said earlier, so tired of this plot line where it's against all odds.
It's almost
he
a
must
year.
Survive. He must, succeed.
It's almost a year, basically, where they've been saying you're a B+. The same thing where they stand over. You're a B+, and you're not da-da-da-da. And then, like, every time he has a match now, like, I love Daniel Bryan, but I'm just getting really sick of the whole thing. Every time he has a match...
It's always the same.
Can Daniel Bryan overcome the odds tonight? Can he do it? It's like he beat Cena, Orton, Batista, Triple H. Like, at what point do you just go, this guy's really good?
Right.
He's going to have a match. Like, it's always got to be because he's under a certain height. They don't know how to book people, right? Like, if you're under a certain height, it's always got to be, you're always an underdog no matter what. No matter what you accomplish, you're always an underdog. You have to see it 5,000 times.
Right.
Be surprised when you win matches. Like, oh shit, that guy won. So it's just really boring, tiring. So what are they doing with this the pay-per-view?
Well, the thing is, here's what happens. So he refuses to give up the title, and then Stephanie makes an ultimatum and says, well, if you don't give the title up at Payback, I'm going to fire your wife, Brie. All right? Now, first of all, a lot of people are pissed because that's kind of like the focal point of Payback, and it's not a match, right? Because it is the title. It's important to know what happens with the title, but... why are they doing it like this? You know what I mean? Like
pay-per-view, it's like an angle on a pay-per-view.
Right. It's like going to be. Does people want to see that? No, probably not. I would have liked to.
Really break it down. What's this going to be? It's going to be the Stephanie doing the same promo she did for the last year.
Right.
She's so powerful, and you were B+. And then like, who really cares if Bree's fired or not? Like, is it? Like, the Bills were heels for, like, years. Then they were gone. I don't think anyone cared that much.
Yeah, they quit.
They just came out of nowhere when they came back.
And then now they're married. She's married to him, so now she's in the storyline. But, like, it's not like this character people are, like, so attached to. Like, oh, shit, will they fire her?
Who cares?
Like, if she's fired in, like, reality, do you lose sleep over that? Or, like, oh, no. I mean, who cares?
It's
doesn't
dumb.
matter.
It's their usual
soap opera
bullshit. That's
nonsense.
exactly what I was going to say in my head.
It's a soap opera storyline, but no one cares about the character.
And for that to be the focal point, really, the focal point of the pay-per-view is just kind of ridiculous. Like, who would pay the $60-some for the pay-per-view to see that shit? You know what I mean? It's a good thing they have WWE Network because, like I said, the buy rates for Payback, if they didn't, I don't think anyone would have seen it. You know, they would have had to really recap the whole fucking thing, show the whole thing on Monday because I wouldn't pay for that, you know? Yeah. So that's going to be basically like the main event. The highlight of Payback is to find out what's going to happen with the world title. Emma has a match against Alicia Fox. Now, Alicia Fox is going to have a Divas title match against Paige this Sunday. Alicia Fox in recent weeks has been doing crazy angles where she fucking splashes Coke all over her face and
what? Cocaine?
Steals
Coca-Cola.
No. All right.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Soda.
Soda pop. To clarify, soda pop.
This is like cocaine.
No, that's another character on NXT.
Right.
Another character, the one who she blows the pixie dust.
Imagine that was a character of cocaine, dude.
Yeah. He's all wired. Yeah. You never know. They'll probably do it.
Well, they got the hype man in NXT.
Yeah, that's why.
That's him.
That's like the twist of the storyline. Like at the end, they find out like he's fucking on meth or something.
I'm doing lines before every match.
That's so funny.
All right. So anyway, Alicia Fox is this weird character in recent weeks because basically they have no one else to wrestle Paige right now, and so she has this match against Emma. Emma ends up winning, and Alicia Fox flips out again. going nuts, throwing chairs, drinks fan soda, pours it all over her body. I don't know why she thinks that this is a gimmick. I don't know if they told her to do this or whatever. So, I don't know. Very
It's just
odd.
a soda bath.
A soda bath?
A soda bath.
Okay. Hopefully she showers after she does that. I mean,
This next match is fun.
it's a sticky shit. All right.
2 over-the-top characters are basically
Yeah,
dead
this
in
is
the water.
pretty. This is out of control. First of all, let's talk Damien Sandow. I don't know what's going on with this guy at this point. Like, they don't have him even be himself anymore. Every week he's a different character, some weird shit.
That bothers me because I'm a fan of him, and they're not doing anything with him. He got the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah,
That was
squandered
last
it.
year, yeah.
After that, he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Bury him.
it's a waste.
I like
Gonna
him.
see to destroy him.
They need to do something with him.
It's a waste because he, like you said, he is a great in-ring talent. They pushed him for a while, so there's people out there who like him, and now it's like, look what they do. Every week it's a joke. This week didn't even make sense. He was Davy Crockett. What?
Based on what? What is that?
Yeah, that came
What?
out. That was just random.
It's not relevant to it like at all.
It didn't even, yeah, no sense at all. He's dressed up like Davy Crockett. So Adam Rose comes out. You know, they have a match, and during this match, I believe it was Jack Swagger kind of distracts him. He stole the lemon. That's right. He stole the guy that's dressed like the lemon.
Oh yeah, that was
He kidnaps
funny.
the lemon. It's fucking funny. This poor little short dude. He's like, ooh.
Okay.
And so after the match, Swagger tries to like get the drop on Rose, but Rose like outsmarts him or whatever. And so Rose, he's getting a push, but he doesn't have like any major matches yet. We'll talk a little bit more because he actually does have an interesting match on SmackDown that I actually like. It's he finally gets to in the ring with Swagger, which is cool.
Okay.
But, Sheamus has a match against Alberto Del Rio. He takes about 400 shots to the face. I don't know
Who
why.
does?
Sheamus. Like the whole match is just Del Rio like kicking him in the face.
What the fuck?
It's similar to the match, and in fact, they bring this up. Remember, last year was Del Rio and Ziggler, and
Yeah.
Ziggler got kicked in the head like 400 times. That was the plot line, like he had a concussion.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, and they even reference that. But Sheamus does go over. Cesaro is out there with Heyman doing commentary and stuff, and of course they're getting involved. But Sheamus does get the best of Del Rio. But then after the match, Cesaro, I believe, attacks him from behind. And just kind of gets the one-up on him. And then the main event of the night was the Shield and Evolution in a contract signing. Which I don't know why they still do these. It's unbelievable. They still do the same
It's a classic thing.
But it's literally always the same. Like,
Yeah.
when have you ever seen a contract signing where it wasn't...
They should do one. People would just be
A
like,
fight where
people
they
would be
break-
like so confused.
It's boring. Yeah, they're
They
just
just
boring.
come out, they sign, they walk away.
They sign calmly.
Yeah, right.
They like shake hands.
Yeah. People would be like,
Oh,
what
what was that?
Yeah.
So, of course, everything that you would expect happens. That the Shield clears the ring, first of all. They're like, well, this is bullshit, We're going to fight, so just forget it, So, of course, Evolution comes out. Yes, there's a fight. I believe that they put... who did they put through a table? Was it Rollins? They put someone through a table. Roman
Triple
Reigns.
powerbomb.
Roman Reigns. They triple powerbomb him through the announce table. And so it's like, oh, we got the one up. We used your own tactics against you to beat you. Blah blah blah. We'll talk more about it now that we're going to SmackDown because it actually opens with the Shield cutting a promo and saying, well, you might have got the drop on us on Monday, but we'll beat you on Sunday. And it's kind of like, okay, so it's good because the wrestling's good. Like I fully expect the wrestling match will be good on Sunday, but again, you can't have the same plot line go so long. If they keep going with this again.
Yeah.
People are going to get tired of it.
This will probably be because Batista's gone away for a bit.
He's painting his body green. He's getting ready.
I hear he did that. Now he's got to go, chill, I guess, right? Go see my movie.
So, what's this rumor that maybe they add another member of Evolution, replace him, or
Another member of Evolution.
Oh, God, a new one?
Evolution?
Who would it
Bo Dallas.
No.
Yeah. Who would you like
But,
to
I
see?
mean, who would I like to see? I'd like to see Ziggler.
Lana? Ziggler in it?
I would like to see Ziggler.
Yeah, but they're not going to push him, so it's not going to be him.
They don't like him for some reason. Yeah, something happened. Something happened where,
Yeah, he got over with the fans.
Who else could they put in there?
Barrett.
Sheamus, Barrett.
I would say Sheamus would make the most sense with Mark knowledge, but
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Sheamus is basically the
Well, he would
protege
fit in
of
because
Triple H
he's the big man because he fits like
to make up for it. Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
He's not
build the
doing
muscle.
anything. He's not
Sheamus.
doing anything.
I predict Tyler Rex will come up from NXT and join
He's
Evolution.
not even with
Tyler,
the
no, he's not even there anymore.
He's not.
No, he's. Like,
They got rid of him.
Yeah, like a
He's
while
on.
ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I saw him on NXT like a couple months
Really?
ago.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Tyler Rex.
Pretty
That's
sure
my.
he's gone.
No, I know who. The other guy, Mason.
They just let him.
Yeah, released like last week.
They did?
They did. They
let him go. Like I said, it's perfect because he looks exactly like Batista.
Let's just act like it's Batista.
This is the, look.
Oh, here's Batista.
It's Dave. They draw the tattoos on his body.
Don't say anything about it. Yeah, the fucking sun around his
yeah, the sun belly button. All right, so the first match of the night is Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston. This is absolutely hilarious, and here's why. So before the match, they do a promo with Kofi. And as soon as you see the promo, you start laughing hilariously.
Why?
Because he's like, you know, a year ago, I beat Cesaro, and I'm the one who took the U.S. title off of him.
No one remembers that.
So
That didn't happen.
He's like, tonight when I win, it's going to be me getting back on track to do... And we're like,
how many times has he done this?
He's like, you're not winning. Like, what? It's so hilarious.
Didn't he do a back on track thing like 6 months ago?
Yes, every time. That's his promo.
All those guys do that, man. Ziggler's done it. Him.
What happened? He had that feud with Orton with the race
that was
car
a
and the
feud.
paint, and after that, just
It's true.
He had the match where he beat Orton, and then the
mid-card-
next week he didn't give a shit. You
Yeah,
let
they
Cena-
just forgot about
You
him.
let Cena come in and just start punching him. He didn't care.
Yeah, it was like, okay. So Cesaro, not only does he win the match, he wins it quickly. It's like a quick match. And after the match, Sheamus bro kicks Cesaro. So, woohoo.
They could have a good match. It's on the pay-per-view, right?
Yes, that is the match.
That could be excellent. You know, if they let him.
If they let them, right, let's see what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheamus, unlike a lot of other big men, Sheamus has a lot of stamina. I think he could do a good wrestling match
Is it
with
true that
Cesaro.
is it true Cesaro's not doing the swing as much now because like the fans pop for it? They don't want to.
I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, they don't want to be cheered.
Yeah, like 2 months he hasn't done it. So
Yeah, because he
the
was
king of swing who doesn't do the giant swing.
Yeah, because the people cheer when he does it. Oh, don't you can't do that anymore. Well, maybe you should be a face then. You know, like. Yeah.
Paige has a match against Tamina. I think this is also kind of a waste because this was the match at the pay-per-view a month ago. Yet now it's like the jobber match on SmackDown. And it's like, is this how you legitimize the champion by basically saying, well, there are no opponents for her. She's jobbing everyone out. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they don't know. They don't plan things out. They did the thing where she won the title the day after WrestleMania, and then they had no idea what to do after that.
right.
So it just goes into the generic storyline of the champion beating some people, losing a non-title match, and then having to fight that person that beat them in the non-title match, and then she'll probably win, and then she'll lose to someone else, and that'll be the next match. And you know, a lot of the fans don't really know a lot about her, so
Right.
they didn't really build the character properly. It was just like, here's the belt, and well, we don't know what the hell to do now,
Right.
which is a shame because she has everything, you know.
Yeah.
That was like a home run right there with
She's
her.
got looks. She's got wrestling talent. She's she's young. She can probably do shit the other divas can't do.
Yeah,
And
book stuff like it's like boxing or UFC, like where you have one person winning matches and you have the other person winning matches, and eventually they go against each other. It should have been Emma.
oh yeah,
And
I
they should have
agree.
been beating everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of doing the shit with Santino,
Right.
Paige should have been beating everyone as the champion. And then, hey, guess what? There's a match, and it's gonna be good. Well, I don't know. It's wacky, man.
So
crazy.
not only is this match pointless, but to make matters even worse, Paige wins the match while Alicia Fox is distracting her the entire match. Like, she grabs the Divas title, she's running around the ring with it.
Yeah.
Yet Paige still wins clean. It's like... So, basically, Tamina's like a joke, Tamina's a joke and, had no chance at all. I don't know. So, that's building up to the title match come this Sunday. Bo Dallas has a match against Xavier Woods.
Yeah, we already talked about him.
Similar, it's the same thing, I don't even need to mention. It's the same exact match as he had with Sin Cara, So it's the same program.
Xavier Woods, what the hell, man? He came up just to lose to everyone. Has he ever won a match ever?
It's the R-Truth
I don't think so.
Yeah, Rusev beat him like 50 times.
No. Didn't he beat
Brodus?
No. What's his name?
Brodus beat him too.
Brodus. He beat Brodus, right?
Did he?
beat Brodus?
Oh wow.
No,
He beat Brodus? Oh shit.
Him and Truth when Brodus went heel and they got the Funkadactyls.
Is he still a heel or is he gone?
I have not seen that guy.
He was on NXT once, and then he hasn't been on anything in like 2 months.
Yeah.
So
they turned him heel and then took him off TV.
All right, the next match was El Torito. He beats Jinder Mahal.
El Torito's going through the whole
oh my god,
3-B by himself, huh? Just one at a time.
Terrible. The whole
What
angle's
about
stupid.
the guys that he's with? Like, how come they don't do nothing?
I don't know.
How about the
Who?
team?
Well,
They're just like
matadors?
They're like his managers.
Yeah, the Matadors.
It's like, oh, here's El Torito and these other fuckers. And, like, they don't matter.
yeah, they don't even wrestle anymore.
Yeah, they just come out with him and like wave a flag and then he comes out, right?
All right, so this was a good one. This was a big build-up. Sheamus versus Bad News Barrett, it's kind of like a title versus title match, but it wasn't a unification or anything. No titles were on the line. But over the course of the night, they ran a few packages. They showed like the history of the Intercontinental title, the history of the U.S. title, and these prestigious titles, and they even had in the commentary, they were debating what's the better title. And Paul Heyman makes a funny comment. He goes, whatever one Cesaro's holding is the better title. So they have this match, but again, it's kind of tainted because Cesaro's ringside. There's distractions going on. It's like, can they just have a match without the bullshit?
Hopefully that's tomorrow,
Yeah.
Hope so.
But anyway, it ends up that Sheamus goes over because, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember the ending here. There was a bro kick literally out of nowhere. It was like finisher. They both kick out of each other's finishers. Then they're teasing more finishers. Then finally there's a bro kick. And so Sheamus ends up going over. Does it hurt Barrett? I don't know. I don't know if it did. Because the whole match was kind of silly anyway because Cesaro was distracting them and stuff.
I can't say the other way because I didn't see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it really mattered.
It probably doesn't really matter.
Big E. Now this is the weird thing about SmackDown this week. Big E has this match against Titus O'Neil out of like nowhere, okay? And Rusev comes out during the match distracting the hell out of Big E. And then come to find out they announce, oh yeah, they're having a match at the pay-per-view. Like, what? Like, when did this happen? They had one match a week ago.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're set up. It's like they want to do something with Rusev, but they don't know what to do yet. So they're just feeding him random dudes until I guess they finally get a program for him.
Yeah, it's it's the ride back treatment, I guess, right?
This might not be bad because on Monday they showed Zack Ryder get squashed by Rusev, and then Rusev going overboard. So then Big E comes out for the save.
The save, right?
So then they follow up on SmackDown to do the reverse to
Okay,
to do the build up.
Yeah, to build the feud at least.
But I guess that won't be bad. Big guy versus big guy, and they're too fresh. Both of them are kind of fresh, so
yeah.
Big E's over. They're both over, but obviously.
But the thing is, you know who's gonna win because guess what? Big E can't lift Rusev to do his finisher, so you know who wins the match already. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Rusev
possible way.
He's the pushed commodity right now. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's I understand what they're doing, but I don't think that Big E was getting a push. He was being built. And it's like they dropped him now. He'll be the sacrificial lamb.
Because he had his moment, and then they move so quickly through.
Right.
Unless they
we're done with him. Fucking who's the next guy? And then Rusev will be helping to him. By like Christmas time, he'll be the friggin'
oh god.
Who knows?
Who would you feed Rusev for the pay-per-view?
I don't know.
If you had to put him over, who would you feed him?
He's just got to stick in that jobber spot still. I think.
Maybe the Matadors, since they weren't doing
The
that.
Matadors.
You fight both the Matadors.
3MB and
I don't
the
know.
Matadors.
It's a great question, but like there is no good answer.
Right.
Because it's not like the mid card is such a muddy mess of just kind of everyone's kind of equal and no one's really like doing anything and they're all just kind of stuck in the dirt.
Yeah, they de-push the mid card so much
that there isn't someone that you could be like
who's legit. You know,
he beats them like he gets over more. Like who does he beat? That gets over.
He'll defeat Dolph Ziggler,
RVD?
The Miz.
RVD's lost to people.
There you go. He's not. I mean, they're not giving him a
there
title.
isn't like anyone in the mid card. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, there's not one person in the mid card he could beat that you go like you look at him differently. Like, oh shit.
Right.
Now he's legit. Like it's all the same. It could be any of them. Big E, fucking Kofi, throw him freaking anybody. It doesn't matter.
All of them at
That's
once.
my answer. Anybody you want.
Or Truth.
Or he beat him, yeah.
So, yeah, they have all at once in one match, 4-on-1.
There's only like a few guys that when you beat them, it actually helps you.
Right.
There's like 4 of them maybe.
Okay, so this next match I actually quite enjoyed because if they do this with Adam Rose every week and this is his character, I think it could work. So he's wrestling Jack Swagger, but it's not an actual wrestling match.
Yeah.
Because all he does, he dodges around the ring. He actually basically he's dancing. He's acting like an asshole. Yeah, he's doing he does the thing what do they call it, the rose pedal, where he's like kicking on the rose. Like, and basically what happens, Swagger ends up like on his back, on the ground. And he's like trying to fend him off with his legs, like he's trying to kick him away. So Rose goes, okay, and he just leans over him and fucking gets the pin. It's hilarious. It's like the funniest setup ever. It was like a 2-minute match, and Swagger's like, what the fuck? Like, he beat me? And that's what the announcers, too. They're like, a former world champion was just beaten in like 2 minutes by Adam Rose. Like, if that was his character, if he's not a serious wrestler and he can find weird ways to win by just kind of being this party-type character, I think the character could get over.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to follow through with that because I've seen him on NXT doing other stuff.
You know what a major problem with the character is? A major flaw?
Uh-oh.
It's fucking the fact that when he comes out, Michael Cole and Lawler act like this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, they
And
don't.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
It just kills any kind of like. Because it should be almost like this underground thing.
Come on, everyone, party.
Yeah, well, Michael Cole and Lawler are like the two most uncool people ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is great. We love this. And you're kind of like, it's instantly just like the most uncool thing ever, you know. So, yeah, sometimes like the way they present things just isn't right.
You know,
They should be like just confused about it. Be like who you are, like the two old dudes. They're confused and like let the fans kind of adopt it themselves instead of being like. They're always trying to tell you what to think and how to feel about things.
Right.
Oh, this is amazing. This is great.
They have to put it over
this is
so
hilarious.
much. Yeah.
And so it's almost like they feel like they have to tell you how you should feel, and the audience rejects that most of the time.
Yeah.
See, I see a lot of potential with Adam Rose. Like I was thinking, I can see in my head like future setups. Like he has a feud with Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
They have like 2-3 matches, and Rose keeps winning. So Swagger's like, all right, I want a no DQ match. So then Rose leaves the ring, and all his fans like beat the shit out of Swagger. And it's like, well, what did you think would happen? It's no DQ.
That's true, right? His lemon and the rest of
He's
his
got like
Rose
those two
buds.
big dudes, right? And on NXT, they actually have a guy who hasn't been on Raw yet. I don't know why, like on the regular TV, but there's a guy. He's called like Captain something, and it's like a dude dressed like a luchador. He had a match on NXT, like he wrestled.
El Local?
Yeah, they changed him into El Local.
That's what's Rodriguez? Is El Local?
Oh, that's it. I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who? Ricardo Rodriguez.
He's
Kalisto.
No, Kalisto is Cerro del Sol.
Yeah, he's Kalisto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cerro del Sol is
Rodriguez.
just freaking amazing. I saw that guy a couple years ago. Yeah, he's Kalisto now.
NXT is gonna be a really good place right in the next few months.
All right. So anyway, Adam Rose, I liked it. I hope that they follow up. Like, I hope this is a character because he could be like a comedy style character, but he actually is a good wrestler too.
And do Santino, right?
So, well, no, that's what I mean. Like, he could do stuff that Santino could because he's actually a really highly trained wrestler. I've seen him in NXT doing these crazy technical matches. He could do. If they could have that hybrid character, it could work. But how long are they going to have it? You know, until it just becomes a joke like Santino, and then it's like, that's where they could lose the character. I think so.
Yeah.
All right, the final match of the night was Bray Wyatt and Jimmy Uso in a last man standing match. I wonder what's going to happen in this match. Will there be interference? You know what I mean? No DQ. It's a pretty good match. It goes on a good 15 minutes with both Bray and Jimmy taking some pretty good spots. Bray goes into the stairs a bunch of times. Jimmy taking a bunch of hits, bumps from the Wyatts, and of course his brother's helping, And it ends up finally where Bray wins. Duh, like you didn't know that. It's 3-on-2. Of course, you know who's gonna. Cena doesn't help. This is what I don't get. Wait a minute. So every week the Usos come to Cena's aid. Cena does not help at all. It's like, what the hell? Like that would have been cool if he came out and helped. No.
He wasn't there.
It was real weird. I don't know what they were thinking there.
He was a total divas.
So the matches for the pay-per-view. You got the Intercontinental title match.
What is the match? Where's the card? What's your predictions?
All right, hold on. I'll bring it up. I did not actually bring up the
We'll
card.
just skip TNA today, and we'll just do this instead.
You really want to? Because we can't. Because we're going to talk about NXT too.
Yeah, we'll just skip it.
All right, John. John has decided we will skip Impact today. We'll skip it. I have no control over this. All right, here we go. Shows. Hold on.
Go through it quickly. I'm just
I know.
There's no real point anymore.
Here we go. You've got fucking 100 flash ads.
I have this fear
What?
Bray Wyatt is gonna fall on his head when he does that thing. I have this fear one day he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
You fall on his own head.
Dude,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, whoops.
That's a chance.
Comedic
That's scary,
fall.
man.
Whoops. So we got Rusev versus Big E.
Rusev versus Big E.
Duh, like,
Rusev wins.
Do you even need to predict that? Like,
Yes.
Big E can't do his finisher to Rusev.
You
Rusev
agree?
has to win.
Rusev, you agree?
Rusev.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Rusev.
We've got the Shield against Evolution in a 6-man elimination match.
No money's on the Shield.
Yeah, I think they should have to do it again. Because if they don't win, then they have to do the match again.
Right.
So I don't want to see that 3 times. So hopefully they win. Yeah, the Shield.
Okay, we've got... hold on, it's not a match. We've got Last Man Standing, Cena versus Bray. What do we think?
Oh God. See, last time I
Look how you
said,
say it. Oh, God.
Last
It's
time I-
disgusted. Oh.
last time I said Cena would win, and even though he technically did not win, I think he still did. So I'm gonna say Cena wins, even if he actually loses the match. He'll still win because he'll destroy them all or whatever. And if he does lose, it'll be some kind of BS thing, and he'll still be the one that looks the best in the end. So he's gonna win, Cena.
Did Bray get a clean win on him? Yeah.
No, the kid. That's when the kid came out. And,
Right. The kid distracted
the kid
Cena.
was
He
talking.
didn't say he hasn't got a clean win on him.
Nope.
yet?
No.
What do you think?
Be bold here. Come on.
I think Bray needs the win, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cena gets the win.
Cena will win no matter what. Even if he loses, he still wins. That's what the point I'm trying to make here.
No, yeah,
See
no,
what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree.
Okay.
I think what will happen is, since this is a last man
anything.
standing match, I think that a choir of small children
We'll hold him down.
will come out and hold down Cena's body. An ultimate stupid symbolism.
Yeah, the fact that it's a gimmick thing makes you think that it's gonna be another,
Some dumb thing's gonna happen. You just
Yeah.
know something dumb is coming.
some freaking random hands will come out and hold him down. Or something.
Like,
Look,
hey,
it's the
It
whole
could be
world,
like-
and he's in their hands,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
holding him down.
No, like based on what they did the last pay per view, it could be anything, dude.
Yeah,
Who the
that's
hell
true.
expected a kid to come in with an overdubbed voice? I was like,
That was
it's
great.
just random shit.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Got the Divas Championship match, Paige and Alicia Fox. Does anyone think that
Paige
Alicia
will win.
Fox has a chance in that match?
No.
Seriously. I mean,
Unless they're planning on something with her acting the way she acts, like.
Unless they want to do something crazy where Paige loses and like turns or something, and
huh.
but no, yeah, I think she'll hold it.
I agree. I think Paige is going to win. Cesaro versus Sheamus for the U.S. title.
Damn, that's a tough one, I think. Drew, what do you say about that?
My money's on Cesaro, but
Wow.
I think Sheamus is gonna win because he just got the title.
Yeah, I see Sheamus wins. They'll probably do this like a bunch of times.
Yeah, I
And
see
then
this feud stretching
Cesaro
out.
will win it like 2 months or something.
See, here's the thing for me that I don't get about this. Cesaro had the U.S. title for a
Yeah,
long ass time
he lost
already.
it, Yep.
So it's like you build him up, you deflated him, and now you're trying to reinflate him back to where he was.
Wade Barrett had the Intercontinental title,
Right.
Because what happened then doesn't matter. So they don't even say like, oh, he's a former champ. Like
Right.
they act like it's the first time, and they don't care about like last year or whatever. So
Very weird. Very
it's
weird.
just how they do it.
And then of course you got the Intercontinental title match. Bad News Barrett defending against RVD, which they don't even list here. Are you serious? It's not even on here.
What is it?
RVD versus Bad News Barrett for the Intercontinental title. It's
yeah.
not even there.
Yeah, Wade will win. Doesn't matter.
I hope they
They
maybe
didn't take that off the lineup.
I don't know. It's not. Why would they not list it? It's not on here. Hold on, maybe it's down here.
It's not on. It's the pre-show. Oh,
No,
the Torito and
That's the pre-show.
Who's gonna win that?
All right. No matter who wins,
all
we all
win.
lose.
We all win.
No, we all lose.
Look at the picture. It's so funny. Imagine you show that to somebody like they never saw wrestling, and like this is what I'm gonna watch on Sunday. So this fucking picture.
Yeah, all
They're
right.
like, oh.
You show your girlfriend and she think you're crazy. She's like, what?
You're
You're
like,
gonna
yeah,
watch two midgets wrestle? What?
Oh my god, it's true. It's like a carnival sideshow.
Yeah, it's
Well,
bizarre.
What is
probably
this?
shouldn't say that. Probably
It's
shouldn't.
bizarre.
No, because they're actually good. You know, they're good. They're actually they can wrestle. The problem
Torito
is
can go,
they won't
yeah.
fucking bill them. You know,
It's-
with any kind of respect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get tossed around the ring like fucking. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous.
Rag dolls getting tossed.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right, so now what I want to talk about, let's go talk about NXT Takeover because this was like the big thing this week.
On the network.
On the WWE Network, live stream 2-hour special this past Thursday, and basically showcasing the talent of NXT. It's funny though because some of these guys are already on the regular show, so to see them
Yeah.
on NXT is like,
Yeah, I could like the Hart family. Like they can't be on the main show. They're like the best of their like that they have. Like Tyson's one of the best wrestlers, and then you got
Oh, yeah.
Talia, who's like probably the best of the divas. You know, they have to be on the NXT, and they have to lose.
right. So
Whatever.
So it's a pretty good card. They opened the show with Adam Rose against Camacho. For those of you who don't watch NXT, Camacho is like a regular, and he's actually, you might say, he was on what? SmackDown for 2 months, and then he was gone. He's actually been on NXT quite a bit, building up this program with Adam Rose where he hates the party. He actually attacked one of the party and had a match with them a couple weeks ago. That's
Holy
what we
shit.
talked about. It was Rodriguez, actually, I believe. And so they have a match. It's actually a really good match. And this is what I mean when I say we know that Rose can wrestle. Because he actually does, like, impressive stuff in this match. Technical moves. Yeah, he does his comedic stuff. He's doing the Rose pedal. But he also does really good stuff
He's
in
been
the ring.
around a long time. He was Leo Kruger, I think, before.
I know. You see how the difference he was in size? He was massive before.
Yeah. Yeah, gimmick was it was similar to Bray Wyatt in some ways. I think that's where they kind of changed him.
Husky,
Right.
Husky hairs.
So after a pretty...
Whoa, easy there.
Wow.
Hey, I picked.
You're not supposed to know that.
I picked him as a favorite. I picked him as a
Husky?
favorite. Yeah.
He was good in that one Rumble that he was in, Husky Harris. He did some good shit in that.
So they have a good match. Adam Rose goes over. So, he's getting a push on NXT. He's getting a push on, the regular shows. So, again, let's see what happens with that character. Up next, we had a Tag Team Championship match.
Kalisto.
Kalisto and El Local.
Yeah.
Versus the Ascension. Now, we've talked about the Ascension before. Very kind of stereotypical, remind you of like maybe the Acolytes or, one of those...
That's a good comparison.
Kind of 1990s style tag teams.
Kind of bruisers.
Not to say anything about their ability, it's just that that's the characters they were given, so it's kind of like It's funny because the plotline they're going with is there's no competition. It's like, well, if the character is that they're these two characters that can't be beaten, then of course there's no competition. So they have this match with Kalisto and El Local. And El Local, like we said, is Ricardo Rodriguez. And it's a good match. It's a good match. Most of the match they actually focus... Oh, of course, the Ascension,
Yeah.
Because what it is the whole story of the match is they're isolating Kalisto. He can never get to El Local. And, of course, you get the hot tag, the typical stuff. But it was a good match.
Yeah, dude, Kalisto, he could be big time. He was a big thing in the Indies and in Mexico for a bit. And they picked him up. He could go all the way, man, if they really give him the chance to do so.
Right. The match that I think surprised most people of the night was Tyler Breeze versus Sami Zayn for the #1 contender spot for the NXT title. I think a lot of people at this point have been expecting that Sami Zayn, who, for those of you who don't know, used to be El Generico before he got signed by WWE, that he's going to get his push. It almost seems like he's going to get it, and then they take it away. Like when he gets to that point, and here it is again. He was in the #1 contenders match a few weeks ago, triple threat. He lost, so now they have this next #1 contenders match. And he loses again, and not to say anything about... The match was amazing. I mean, these guys put on like a 20-minute clinic of wrestling. They're great up-and-comers. A lot of stamina, a lot of high-flying stuff. Tyler Breeze and Sammy both did some really impressive... They had this one sequence where Tyler had him in a move, and he reversed it, and he literally, in midair, flipped his body in midair and, like, planted him. And I'd never seen anything like that before. The shit they're doing, they're on the top turnbuckle, like they're teasing like they're going to do a superplex. No, the guy fucking jumps over him and does like a double flip and lands on his feet. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like,
this is crazy shit that they can do. And you're like, and then you watch Raw and you're like, well, great. But, no, the match is great, but in the end, Sami Zayn loses. Tyler Breeze gets him. And it's funny because the whole plot line here was Sami Zayn's always right there at the precipice, and then he loses, and then he does it again. It's like, it almost like they're going to turn him heel or something. Like, he's going to lose it. Oh, fuck this. I'm going to turn heel and that's how I'm going to win, finally get over or something. I don't know.
Partner, show up Kevin Steen. Right?
I don't know.
There's a lot of rumors about him coming.
Yeah, there are rumors that...
So they were former teams, so I wonder
if
they would put them together. But probably not, because they never seem to keep any continuity between them.
That is true. They love to break shit up, right?
We got to do it our way. Cesaro, you're a yodeler now. Can't do any of your moves anymore. And then once he starts doing his moves again, then he actually gets over, and now people like him again.
Right. Mojo Rawley, who we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he's on crystal meth. That was his gimmick, right?
The crystal meth head.
That'll be the swerve.
Because he's always hype.
Comes out to challenge Rusev again. We mentioned this earlier in the program. Comes out with the American flag, so immediately you know what's going to happen here. He gets destroyed. Rusev destroys him, and that's it. There's really nothing else to say. Rusev destroys him.
Rusev smash.
Now, this was cool. This was definitely one of the coolest things I think I've seen in recent memory is that you had a Divas title... Well, I'm sorry.
That looks wrong, that photo.
The NXT title match. What's wrong with that? The NXT title match between Natalya... I'm sorry, the women's title match between Natalya and Charlotte. Natalya being the niece of Bret Hart, Charlotte being the daughter of Ric Flair.
The daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart as well.
That's correct.
There you go.
Which kind of made me wonder, why didn't they have the Anvil there?
He's in bad shape. He's
is he really?
He's got some substance abuse issues.
That's not good.
Some jail time.
He's got some demons he's working on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they actually have, during this match, Ric Flair and Bret Hart in the respective corners. And it's a great match because both these women are great wrestlers. Both of them, can do some really impressive stuff. They had many, many different reversals where it's like, oh, I'm going to put you in the figure 4. Nope, reversed into the sharpshooter. Nope, reversed, very technical stuff. And it's kind of funny because they're like, this is the next generation. The dynasties are going to live on because the next generation is here and they're both really good, in-ring technicians.
In the Divas division, which is such a big part of the show.
I mean, it is what it is. If anything, this will be good because if you can get people like Charlotte and a few other people who are good wrestlers against Paige, now you have a division again.
That's the thing. The thing that gives you hope because you could see like what could be, right?
Right.
In the men's division and everything, right? You can see what it is, but at the same time, it's like you've seen some of these people come up and how they just kind of squander it and don't really know how to translate it. And
the cool thing,
there's always potential with the WWE because they have everything. They have their roster's insanely good.
Right.
They're signing really good people now. There's just they have money. They could put on any kind of match. They can do so much stuff, but more often than not, they just don't. So I don't know if they can figure it out.
The cool thing about this match was there was a big fight feel to it because having Flair and Brett there really added to it. You could see how they would react when something happened. Oh, there was a reversal. Brett's like, yes. Flair's like going nuts. Flair, he's freaking insane anyway. His face is all pink and shit. At the end of the match, Charlotte wins.
His face is all pink and
shit. Oh my God, Charlotte wins. I thought his head was going to explode. Woo! He's going up. He puts up his jacket. He's fucking swinging the jacket around. He goes, But the really cool thing about it was even though the program is that Charlotte is kind of the cocky, heelish character while Natalia's the goody two-shoes face, at the end of the match, everyone shakes hands. Everyone hugs, including Brett and Flair, which was cool to see. Flair's like bawling. He can't stop crying because he's so happy.
They had an internet feud a couple of years ago. Remember that? They were both like shitting at each other. On,
oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Because back in the day, you know how Brett was big in the WWE. He'd say he's the best.
Right.
Flair says he's the best. So
right.
When he made the WCW jump, that they made an angle out of that. And I guess in real life they would say.
Oh, they were going back and forth in real life. There was there was a shoot interview with Flair and Piper. Flair just started going nuts on Brett, and Piper just sat there like saying nothing. He was like, he was going off on him, man. It was like really brutal stuff too, like about his family and all that.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, I guess that's they're both getting paid money now, so
right.
Hey, we're friends.
You can't do that anymore. Yeah. So anyway, really great, top-notch match. Great to see the Divas, on display. Hopefully this is the future of the Divas. To see someone like Charlotte be moved up, and hopefully they don't permanently bury Natalya. If anything, I hope that they brought her down to that level to have legit matches with people like Charlotte to prepare the next.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I think that's what she's going to be. She's going to be putting people over and showing people the ropes, which is kind of a shame. But that's what they want her to do. So.
Right. And the main event of the night, the NXT title match. Adrian Neville defending his title against Tyson Kidd, and this was billed as basically Tyson's kid's last chance at the big time because the whole plot line with him is that he's already been on Raw, SmackDown, he was at WrestleMania, he's had a WrestleMania moment, but he's been gone. Like, basically he kind of got demoted, no one really cares about him anymore. This is the plot line, by the way. This isn't me saying it. This is the plot line they're going with. And that this was his final chance to kind of, if he can win the title, maybe he can reclaim some glory, he can get a push again. And the match, for what it is freaking amazing. It goes almost 25 minutes with some of the craziest, high-flying spots that you can ever see from these guys. Again, multiple, the things you don't, flips, reversals, where a normal guy, would do, he climbs to the top rope and he does the slow, axe hammer. No! Super flipping kick shit. It's like, what the fuck? Is this out of control?
Yeah, that's what Neville does.
Neville's just, and Tyson Kidd too. And it makes me sad to see Kidd in the position he's in because when he was in that tag team, the New Heart Foundation, which is what they were calling it, he and what's his name? I can't remember his name right now.
What are you talking about?
Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were good. They had potential to go somewhere.
Tyson should go to Japan with his former partner and have some good matches there.
Right, like they're not using him.
That's where he is, and he's awesome there.
He's crazy good. He's he could be used, and he's not. And now they're using him just like Natalya. He's the tool, the one who's going to groom the next generation instead of being the one who's being highlighted. Which I guess, you know what? If you're from the Hart family, you're a respectable wrestling family, they probably feel like that's good. But as a wrestling fan, I get disappointed when I see that. You know what I mean? I want to see those guys reach heights that they're not reaching because WWE uses them as the training, basically.
They look for a specific thing. It has nothing to do with anything with what they want to push, and that's what it is,
Yeah. So they have an amazing match. At the end of the match, Neville hits I think it's called the Red Arrow, his finisher. which is a crazy ass corkscrew dive from the top row. At the end of the match, he wants to shake Tyson Kidd's hand, and Tyson Kidd basically pushes him away. No, he's all upset, and that's where the plot line they're probably going to go with is that he'll go full-on heel now, and, you know.
Attack him and stuff.
Right, because they don't have, let's face it, they don't have a lot of top, when you think about it, a lot of heels that they could probably push besides the Ascension, really. Like, when you think about NXT, they've got a few, like, kind of like Tyler Breeze now, obviously, he's going to come up. But outside of that, I don't know, you know, it's interesting because like Rusev, well, he's already moving up.
Yeah.
So who's going to fill that gap? Bray Wyatt, he's already moved up. So.
Well, I asked you this before, but like again, do you think Payback will be as good as this NXT show?
No, there's no way in hell.
No, NXT's way better.
I mean,
I don't know what they're doing with Corey Graves. He's a badass heel.
Yeah, he
But
wasn't
I think
even on the show. That's what I mean. Like, I would have liked to see him, and he wasn't even on the show.
I thought they were gonna put him on SmackDown because they didn't put him on NXT. Like,
yeah,
you'd expect they would have put him on
Takeover. He's gonna move up or something, but yeah, he wasn't. It's true. I don't know. So yeah, NXT, if anything, you know, is a great show. It's one of the reasons I would say to buy WWE Network. Definitely, along with, you know, a few other things like Legends House.
The guys that they're signing right now are like the cream of the crop. You know, Prince Devitt, who was in Japan for 8 years. He's from Ireland. But that was always a guy people were like, why the hell did they bring this guy in? I mean,
this guy's got the Karate Kid theme song.
He's probably better than anyone. He's better than anyone they have on the entire roster, including the main roster. To be honest with you, we'll see what they do with him. They'll probably make him like Sheamus's like freaking.
Oh my god!
Yeah, his little brother or something like that.
Sheamus's little brother. Yeah, most likely.
Terrible.
They said Kenta from Japan, who's a guy that invented the go to sleep.
Oh wow!
And, some of the stuff that Bryan does, and him and Bryan had a lot of matches in Ring of Honor. So if they could put them together, it's gonna be like something that the WWE fans have never seen. Who else you got? Willie Mack. You want to talk about him?
Big guy could go. I want to see that.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard of Willie Mack, check him out on PWG.
Yeah, so I mean they're signing like just great talent, and there's a lot of potential there. Just gotta hopefully they don't screw it up, right? You know.
Yeah.
So
We'll
another thing is like people get real excited when they sign these guys, and it really.
It doesn't mean anything, you know. It doesn't mean anything when they get signed. You had guys like Chris Hero, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, because it's not so much about the guys. That's what I always try to tell people. Like for instance, like the Ring of Honor, you have the hat on. Like Ring of Honor always presents a certain thing, no matter like who's on the roster. They present wrestling a certain way, and that's what they do. Like WWE tends to present things the same way. Just because you have like the best wrestlers, they tend to present it like King's gonna murder your girlfriend and you're running through the streets or whatever. So.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
all right.
You gotta like, and you should like people should check some of this stuff out before these guys get there, because in many ways when they get to WWE, they become like kind of like watered down versions of who they are.
Right.
So if you watch some of this other stuff, you can see them before they get there when they're like, you know. Like, well,
the perfect case of that is Cesaro right now, because when Cesaro came in, remember how limited he was. He wasn't doing the swing. He wasn't doing.
That's why I don't understand why they do that. We have to completely change you. So Cesaro's a perfect example. We made him a crappy former rugby player.
Yeah,
he doesn't get over,
that's
and
his gimmick,
he's yodeling. He doesn't get over. And when he got over is when they started going, okay, do the things you used to do. And then people go, oh wow, this guy's great. So why would you take that away in the first place? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Impact. I'm not going to go through the full results. I only really have one thing to say about Impact this week. The main event of Impact was literally stolen. I'm not even saying like they copied, they borrowed. They stole the fucking main event from Raw a couple weeks ago. So if you remember Raw a couple weeks ago, you had the match where it was going to be one of the Shield. I think, who was it? Seth Rollins? I'm trying to remember. Against one of Evolution. But then all of a sudden, Triple H is the special guest ring announcer.
Oh, it was Batista.
Randy Orton is the special guest timekeeper. Dude, are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Where do you hear this?
I don't want to hear it.
I tweeted when it happened. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
What was it?
All right, here you go. All right, let's get to it. So the match was Eric Young against Bully Ray. But here we go. Kenny King, special guest ring announcer.
Oh, come on, man.
Bobby Lashley, special guest, timekeeper. No, special guest enforcer. MVP was the timekeeper, and EC3 was the ref.
Come on, man.
It's the same fucking match. It's the same.
It's like they're doing like the same stuff, but like somehow worse. Like somehow even worse.
Yeah, it was terrible. I was like, you got
even like the menagerie. It kind of seems like one of these like over the top NXT gimmicks that are coming in.
Yeah.
Like Adam Rose or like it's like something like oh, some kind of crazy shit.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, man.
It was terrible. And then speaking of the menagerie, did you know that you know what they have fucking Knox? He now wears like a fucking ringmaster outfit. Did you see it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my
God.
God.
Have you seen it?
Do you know who's under the mask?
Is that Rob Terry?
Yeah.
Rob
Have you seen
Terry.
Crazy Steve?
The one with the crazy hair, the
He's the
cowlick
clown?
with the
He's the
face
clown.
paint.
And like during the match, they don't they keep the music on. It's like a carnival. And they have people like freaking.
That
Still
match,
people.
yeah, with Kazarian,
that
that
was
was like the
terrible.
most random thing ever.
That was one of the worst things I ever saw.
He's just jumping around the match. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He didn't even wrestle.
So TNA is in the dumps. It's not very good right now. I mean, I don't know if they're going to turn around or not, honestly. And I'm going to be completely honest with everyone. After I move, I'm going to have limited time to watch stuff. You know, I'll probably still watch Raw and SmackDown. But I don't know, man. This might not make the cut if they don't spruce up. You know what I mean? I'm only have a certain amount of hours of the week to watch stuff, and I don't know if I'm going to be want to spending 2 hours a week watching TNA if it stays at this level.
You can't even follow the storylines. You can't. Like the Magnus thing, you can't follow that.
No.
He's the champion. Well, first of all, he wasn't. First of all, he was a face, and he was doing everything the right way. He wanted to be like, he wanted to fight Sting, and he wanted to be like this guy that, you know, won things the right way. And he wanted to be like a star. Then he turns heel for like out of nowhere and becomes the champion. Then he's afraid to fight anyone,
Right.
and he's begging Dixie to help him. Then he loses the title. Now he doesn't care about the belt at all.
No.
He's got this guy from this past we're supposed to care about who's telling him what to do and what, huh? And that's just one example. You go up and down the
Right. It's
the
like every
storylines.
plot line makes no sense.
You can't follow
every
it at
single
all.
one makes no
And
sense.
they don't last that long either, so you can't gain
Yeah.
any traction to make any sense. For
There's no
people to catch
traction.
up.
Like, yeah, if you don't watch it for like a month or whatever, it doesn't matter because there'll be 50 changes anyway.
My God.
You know?
Coming next month, Evil Steve will have an army of killer
Crazy
clowns.
Steve.
Crazy Steve, sorry, you know, and
Killer crazy.
my
Crazy
God,
Steve.
so stupid. All right, so that is it for Smart Guys this week. Now next week is a special week because we're going to be simulating our very final in-person WWE simulation matches, John and I,
Yeah.
and it's going to be great because we're going to be doing fantasy stuff. I think we'll do stuff with real wrestlers. We'll do stuff with created characters. We'll do stuff with whatever. But this is the final time that we're going to do it in person. Now, there is a chance that we can do it later on over the internet. I actually found out, I forgot to tell you, I found out a little bit about that. There's
Yeah.
actually a way that you can remotely just see my desktop live like I would see it.
Uh-huh.
So we could do like commentary over the streaming software.
Okay.
Which I think could work, actually. So we could do it in the future WWE Sims, but for the meantime, this is going to be the last one in the near future that we're going to be doing.
Neighbors are gonna love it, and I'm screaming.
That's right.
I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my God!
He was always so quiet. Know what happened? Fucking Rusev.
Rusev, fuck. Okay, so that's next week, and of course next week we will have another Smart Guys where we'll have the results from the Payback pay-per-view, Raw, SmackDown, and possibly if I decide to watch it, Impact. I guess we'll see what happens with that, or I'm gonna be busy the next couple of weeks getting ready for the move, so less
I'm not
time for that
watching
kind of stuff. See, John, I'm like, I'll play it off like I might watch it. John's just like, I'm not fucking watching that stupid
No,
show.
man, because there's enough wrestling that's good. There's more than enough wrestling that I watch and I enjoy that I don't need to be watching stuff that pisses
Right.
me off.
No,
or
it's true.
Makes me upset or freaking, you know what I'm talking about.
It's a fair point.
When you see like a show, because when you love wrestling, you watch it and you see something that's, it actually hurts you. It's like, it makes you sad.
Right.
But you always have that little bit of hope that it's gonna get better.
No, I give up on
Hopefully it
it.
gets better.
There's a lot of stuff out there I like a lot.
There are those
I watch
moments
it.
of moments of greatness that give you the nugget of hope. Like, wow, that was
They
good.
trick you sometimes, yeah.
And then the next thing you
They
know,
trick you.
oh, Daniel Bryan's gonna win the title.
Finally.
Hey, Daniel Bryan with the title. Let's continue the same storyline. Even though he's won, that he's still an underdog and
Right.
B+, and we'll do the same promos and just keep it going.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's Smart Guys. I'd like to say special thanks to Drew for being here.
Thank you for
And
inviting me.
later today we'll be doing co-op in Mario Kart 8 for those of you who want to check that out on stream. So come on back. But whether you watch this on Twitch or you watch it on YouTube, thanks very much for joining us. We'll be back next week. Hope to see you then for the WWE Sims. In the meantime, don't watch too much wrestling. It's bad for you.
Watch the good wrestling.
That's right. All right, guys. See you later.